Hello, Kentucky. The Cats continue their recruiting journey. Could a new pitcher for Kentucky land on this team in the future? The search for elite talent remains heated. Then the 2026 class is already taking shape with strategic moves that put the Wildcats in a leading position. This time, four-star forward Clower is in the spotlight, bringing with him a promise of versatility and potential that could be a difference-maker with Pope. Clower, an athlete currently shining at IMG Academy, will be welcomed to Lexington for an official visit on September 17th and 18th. This visit isn't just another item on a typical recruiting agenda. It carries strategic weight, considering Kentucky faces competition from programs like UConn, Florida, UNC, NC State, Arkansas, and Alabama. Each of these schools has its own history and appeal. But what makes Kentucky a particularly appealing destination is the playing philosophy Pope has implemented. The young guard, ranked 29th nationally by the 247 Sports Composite, brings with him an intriguing background. His career thus far includes a stint at Caldwell Academy in North Carolina before moving to the renowned IMG Academy, a leap that has boosted his recruitment to national prominence. Analysts like On3's Jamie Shaw have highlighted intriguing aspects of his game: a smooth jump shot, a solid physical presence in straight lines, and the ability to punish defenders with shots above the basket in transition. However, there are nuances that still need refinement, such as his three-point shooting consistency, something Pope and his coaching staff are more than capable of addressing. This momentary inaccuracy, far from being a hindrance, is seen as an opportunity by Kentucky scouts. Clower isn't a finished product yet, but that's exactly what sparks excitement among the Wildcats coaching staff. He possesses the raw tools and sensitivity necessary to become a long-term contributor, someone who can grow within the program and become a significant differentiator in the ever-competitive SEC. Furthermore, the fact that his brother played football at Cornell suggests that academics may play a significant role in his final decision, another area where Kentucky could score well. UNC, with its local ties and strong history in North Carolina, appears to be the current favorite. However, Kentucky is determined to make up ground and turn this race into a close race. The September visit will be crucial, not only to showcase Lexington's infrastructure and vibrant environment, but also to bolster the case that Clower would be a key player in an ambitious project led by Pope. If Kentucky can impress during these 2 days, there's a real possibility of stealing one of UNC's most coveted targets, a feat that would further bolster the program's reputation. The pressure is undoubtedly high, but the Wildcats have a history of success in moments like these. And with Mark Pope at the helm, there's renewed confidence that the future of Kentucky basketball will continue to be shaped by athletes who not only arrive ready to compete, but who also grow and evolve within the program. Let's move forward. One of the latest developments is De'Aaron Fox's signing with the San Antonio Spurs, a 4-year, $229 million deal that will keep him with the franchise through the 2029-30 season. The University of Kentucky is celebrating another successful chapter, seeing one of its alumni cement himself as the centerpiece of a promising NBA project, alongside sensation Victor Wembanyama. Fox, who was already a standout for the Wildcats during his time in Lexington, once again demonstrated why he is considered one of the most dynamic point guards in the league. Acquired by the Spurs in a mid-season trade from the Sacramento Kings, the 27-year-old quickly demonstrated his leadership and versatility. In just 17 games with the Texans, Fox averaged an impressive 19.7 points and 6.8 assists per game, figures that reflect his ability to orchestrate the offense and create opportunities for his teammates. His lightning speed and scoring ability, combined with his keen vision, make him the perfect complement to the player's singular talent. Fox's impact last season did not go unnoticed, Before his move to the Spurs, he reached a career high with 60 points in a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, still with the Kings, in December. Although the game ended in an overtime loss, Fox's performance was a reminder of his explosive potential, a trait he honed during his time at Kentucky with John Calipari, and which now flourishes in San Antonio despite facing a setback with surgery on his left pinky finger in March. Fox's recovery is on track, and he is expected to be fully fit for the 2025-26 season, ready to lead the Spurs alongside Wembanyama. For Kentucky basketball fans, Fox's continued rise is a source of pride. The point guard, a former All-Star, is yet another example of the exceptional talent the Kentucky program molds and sends to the NBA. Fox's contract extension is not only a personal achievement, but also a testament to Kentucky's lasting impact. On the national stage, the prospect of seeing Fox and Wembanyama sharing the court more frequently next season, after only 5 games together last year, promises exciting times for Spurs fans and, by extension, for those who follow the former Wildcats' careers. Speaking of Mark Stoops, since taking the helm in 2013, the coach has built a history of resilience and growth that has raised expectations in Lexington. However, like any great sports story, there are moments of tension and uncertainty that challenge even the most resilient. The current moment is one of those crucial chapters for the program and for Stoops himself. After a disappointing 2024 season and a 2025 schedule that presents few clear opportunities for victory, Kentucky finds itself at an inflection point that could shape the program's future. Mark Stoops' tenure at Kentucky cannot be measured solely by his last year. His trajectory is marked by successes that at one time seemed impossible. He led the program to 8 consecutive bowl appearances, a first in school history, and brought to life a culture of competitiveness that was previously almost non-existent. Stoops not only set a high standard, but also created an identity for the Wildcats, a team that fights, that never gives up, and that, even when behind, always seeks to surprise. Mitch Barnhart's press conference, Kentucky's athletic director, was a clear signal that the department is aware of the gravity of the moment. While Barnhart emphasized his historic patience and commitment to coaches over the years, he also implied that football is not just a sport, but a vital driver for the entire university's athletic ecosystem today, more than ever. Success on the field is directly tied to the program's financial health. With the new era of revenue sharing and the challenges posed by NIL, universities need to ensure their teams are in a position to attract investment and engagement. For Kentucky, this means that a prolonged decline could have consequences beyond win-loss statistics. Barnhart's speech was carefully balanced. He praised Stoops for his ability to handle adversity and reiterated his confidence in the coach, but also emphasized the need for visible progress. The irony of his comment about Kroger Field's maintenance was particularly telling. Just as neglected infrastructure can lead to exorbitant costs down the road, a football program lacking momentum risks requiring far more costly repairs to get back on track. The planned investments for Kroger Field: $15 million in structural maintenance, $13 million in suite and elevator upgrades, and $8 million in premium space reflect the department's long-term vision. These projects are bets on the future, but they will only make sense if fans continue to believe in the product being offered within the white lines. When apathy takes hold of a program, the 5 revenue pillars Barnhart mentioned: ticket sales, fundraising, sponsorships, concessions, merchandise, and conference revenue sharing begin to crumble. And in an era dominated by NIL collectives, where donors are constantly being solicited, supporters' patience can quickly wear thin. Despite the concerns, there is reason for optimism. Mark Stoops is a seasoned coach who has already proven his ability to rebuild and adapt. He didn't arrive at Kentucky simply to compete. He came to change the mindset of a program that, for decades, was considered one of the weakest in the SEC. The 2025 season will be a test for everyone involved. If Stoops can get the most out of a roster that, on paper, appears limited, he could silence the critics and further cement his position as a central figure in the history of Kentucky football. We'll see how it goes. Comment your thoughts.